So it basically make changes on your IDF file. Then I also provided one calibration report measure. Okay. If you remember, we provide some and the utility bills, and we wanted to check whether we have some calibration happening for our runs. So like now I'm going to explain some more measures here. So in library, you see all those measures what you saw in this apply measure section. Plus you now have Energy Plus as well as reporting measures too. So OpenStream measures go in this section, Energy Plus go in this apply Energy Plus measure section, and same with reporting measures. So for example, in envelope section, I want to provide some daylighting, or let's say infiltration component. So what I want to do, I want to reduce the space infiltration by percentage. So again, I'm going to drag it and drop it over this OpenStudio measure section. Drop it, and now click on it, and then you can do some changes. You can read the description. It says the measure will reduce space infiltration rates by requested percentage. You can do it in entire building here in inputs, or in particular space type. Let's say you just want to do it in restroom. You want to reduce infiltration by, let's say, 50%. All right, that's good enough. Okay, so it will only make the changes on your model when you run the simulation. If you notice, when we applied this measure, it didn't do that script execution for you. It will execute itself only when you go to this run tab here and run the simulation. So very important. Okay, let's apply some more measures. I want to do some changes in electric lighting. In lighting equipment, I want to add additional lighting. Let's say I want to add an exterior light here. So again, go to this OpenStudio measure.